aging all the time, and we want to take control of our skin's future. What that means is that anti-aging skincare is on everybody's mind, and that translates to big business. With your help, we're out to own the anti-aging skincare market by providing products that really work without a prescription or a visit to a dermatologist's office. The best way to do that is to partner with people like you, people who see the huge opportunity here that we see. And that's why we set our products free from the glass counters at department stores and chose direct selling. Oh, but direct selling, you may be skeptical, and that's okay. We were too. But once we set our preconceptions aside, we discovered that direct selling is not only a legitimate business model, but the only way to help so many people get access to dermatologic skincare. Think about it. Technology has dramatically changed the way we shop. The recommendation of a friend is just a click away, shifting the power of influence of buying decisions from corporations to you. Rodan & Fields is defining the future of social commerce. Together with the integrity and passion of our network of independent consultants, we are proving direct selling to be an important and relevant economic model. And you don't just have to take our word for it. Industry accolades, award-winning programs, and extensive beauty press coverage for our effective products are all proof that our model is working. But what is most impressive to us is the caliber of people who have joined us as independent business owners. They share our vision, and in the process, they are changing their lives and the lives of others. We can tell you firsthand, there is nothing more rewarding than having your own business on your own terms. As my dad always said, be your own boss and make your own money. And this business allows you to do just that. With the flexibility to choose to work from home or an office, part-time or full-time, we're seeing people create supplemental or replacement incomes, and in some cases, creating personal wealth beyond their wildest expectations. And that's what gets us going every day, knowing that our products in this business are not only changing people's skin, but they're empowering people to change their financial future in a very meaningful way. So what can you expect when you join our Rodan & Fields team? Better looking skin, connections to great people, opportunity for personal growth, and your own piece of the growing multi-billion-dollar anti-aging skincare market. And that's why we say, skin, it's a beautiful thing. Wear it well.
Okay, awesome. Just a general intro from our doctors. So, like the movie said, our story starts with Dr. Katie Rodan and Dr. Kathy Fields, who did create the name Proactiv and has grown into a household name since the 90s. I'm sure you guys have all heard of Proactiv, yes. So let me just ask you this. If someone, knowing what you know now, if somebody came to you in the 90s and said, would you like to partner with these doctors in this venture, would you do it? Probably. I know I would. I'd take 1%. I'd take 0.5%. I'd take 0.1%. Because what Proactiv has done is they've gone global, and they own 80% of the global acne market, which for any entity to own 80% of any global anything is pretty impressive. And they're in over 115 countries. So what these Stanford doctors have done is they're still in practice today in the Bay Area. They have a 2-year waiting list to see them. They're still practicing dermatologists with clients like you and me that are constantly seeing them for their skin issues and are constantly telling them what's working and what isn't working for them. And so what happened is they had their clientele come to them and say, okay, you fixed our acne back in the 90s. Fast forward 20 years, here we are. What are you going to do about this whole thing called aging that we have going on? And my face is falling off, so please help me. So what they decided to do was they went ahead and created these 4 regimens. And what these 4 regimens are, we're just missing one.
Because I forgot it at home.
It's all right.
Dawson is
right.
using it,
It's right.
and it's working, guys. Just so you know.
So bear with me, Bert. There's 3 here, but our 4th is very clearly displayed. But what they did was they went ahead and they created 4 regimens that address the 4 main common skin concerns of the public today. And what their goal is to bring dermatology home to the masses. So you and I don't have to go to the doctor anymore to get what we consider to be a prescription grade medication to help solve our dermatology issues. Okay, so that was kind of one of their big goals that they had, and that's really what they've done. So what they did was they actually reached out, they partnered with Estee Lauder back in the early 2000s, and they created this line and they rolled it out, and they were in high-end department stores like Nordstrom's and Nordstrom's and
Macy's.
Macy's, thank you, and Saks Fifth, that's what I was getting at, Saks Fifth. And so where we would normally go to buy our high-end makeup and our high-end skincare, right? And so what they found was by 2006, they were actually the #1 clinical brand being sold in these department stores. And so they did market research and they determined, okay, hold on a second. The reason we're growing so quickly is not because of the lady behind the glass counter, and it has absolutely nothing to do with these stores. It has everything to do with the fact that your friend is saying, oh my gosh, what are you doing with your skin? You look amazing. What are you doing? And so all these women were kind of basically networking and sharing, like just like we do with a book or a movie, right? Just sharing, what we love, and just not getting paid for it, of course. But they determined that the word of mouth was how they were growing. So what they did is 2008, they pulled out of high-end retail, and they actually took the company to direct sales. So a lot of people kind of looked at them skeptically, of course, because direct sales has kind of a bad connotation attached to direct sales. So, yeah, that's why they're kind of addressing, you may be skeptical. But ultimately in 2008, the market crashed, and they knew that. And so with bringing dermatology home to the masses, and with only one dermatologist for every 30,000 people in the United States, they knew they had something here. And they knew they had products that worked, and they knew that people would want these products. And people would use these products, and people would consume these products, and it would constantly need more of these products. So what they ultimately set out to do was to create individual wealth for people like you and me. So in 2008, they applied to the Direct Selling Association. That probably doesn't mean anything to you because it didn't mean anything to me either when I first heard it. But they applied to the DSA, and that year there was 100 applications and only 7 companies were actually accepted. So it kind of goes to show you they're very selective, and we were one, and I think of that, to be accepted the first year upon your first application is like unheard of. So they're definitely held to a very high standard, and since being accepted, we have won award after award after award in the direct selling world. One of which is what we call the Stevie Award. Excuse me, and that's not even a direct sales award, it's just a product award. And just to give you an idea, in 2011, the winner of that particular award was Apple and Steve Jobs for their Apple concepts and their Apple computers. So it just goes to show you we're in a really good company, and our products are being held to a very high standard along with other very well household names. So we pulled out a high end, we went to direct sales, and here we are. Of course, this is like where I'm drawing my blank. So we are currently, since we've been in direct sales since 2008, we are currently the #1 acne premium line in the United States. As of last year, we are the #1 anti-aging line in the United States, which means we've passed Lancome, Estee Lauder, a lot of the big guys, Mary Kay, Clinique, and as an entire whole company, we are #2 only after Clinique, and guarantee you will be #1 my guess is this year. I can't really say that for certainty, but what's so interesting about us is we're so ground floor. So we're actually only sold in the US right now, and we only just launched Canada this last year. We're getting ready to roll out in Australia this next year in 2017. And as you can see with what they've done with Proactiv, we're marching in the exact same steps as what they've done before. So we are going to be a global product. We are going to be a household name. We are going to be something that everybody knows. So it's really, really exciting to see where this company is going. We are so ground floor with direct sales. Just to kind of give you a better idea with the kind of the direct sales side, Mary Kay has approximately 5 million consultants nationwide. Arbonne has 1 million. Avon has about 6 million. We have 200,000, and of that, only 43,000 are actually getting paid and actually working the business, because you can actually sign up as a consultant just to get the deepest discount and not have to work the business, if that makes sense. So, of course, timing is everything. Our company has proven the last 6 years in a row to have triple-digit growth, which is pretty jaw-dropping. Last year, we were proven to grow the premium skincare market by 97%. So we basically created a whole new market share where there wasn't any, which is pretty insane. And to have that much growth with no advertising, our advertising budget is literally zero. Because where does that money go? It goes to people like Michelle and myself, because we are sharing the product with others. But our competitors like Clinique and Estee Lauder, their marketing budget is usually 60% of their income. So that's a pretty astronomical number if you think about it, right? All those high-end magazines, billboards, right? You're constantly seeing all that stuff. And so for us not to have that and to get all the free press that we get, it's pretty amazing. We actually caught the eye of Harvard Business. And so what they did was they did a study on our company, and they determined that we are actually a once in a lifetime opportunity because we are so ground floor, because of how our business is set up. Forbes magazine considers us one of the best retirement plans in 3 to 5 years. Fox Business has done review after review for us. We get more free press than any other company that we saw last year that is in direct sales combined. So it's kind of amazing to see, and really truly, it's all because the products work. It's just kind of amazing to see how people are catching on to what these products can do for you and for your skin. So, so now I'm drawing a blank again. I'm sorry. So one thing to consider is that we are actually a $3 billion anti-aging market in the United States alone. Globally, it's a $250 billion global market. It's pretty astronomical. So to say that we're having a little piece of that pie is an understatement. And to say that we have, you know, a lot of growth to do, it's also an understatement. So really super excited about that. So that's one of the reasons why this company really caught my eyes. As I began to research the company a little bit more, I really learned why that this is such a once in a lifetime opportunity. But what was interesting to me was that my story started with acne. And so that would be this purple line that we don't have. That's kind of where my story starts. I've actually had acne my entire life. I've been struggling with acne, and I'm a Proactiv user myself. I was on Proactiv for about 15 years. So I was one of those people that even after my pregnancy, I was still on Proactiv, and I was thinking to myself, man, I could really use some help. I'm starting to get all the sun marks are kind of surfacing. I'm starting to get kind of a little bit more of the, at the time I was starting to kind of get some crow's feet coming in and some expression wrinkles, and aging was already starting to catch up with me, and I'm like, I'm too young for this. I can't do this. But I had
Only one baby.
right.
Just wait.
I know. Number 2 is gonna knock me in the butt. But ultimately, I watched my cousin started posting on Facebook about this particular product, and I noticed that it was the exact same doctors as Proactiv, and so I thought to myself, this might be something. But I was too scared to jump out and try it, because little did I know there was a 60-day money-back guarantee on all of our products. But I didn't want to go out and try it because I had tried to stop using Proactiv multiple times. I had tried to go off the product, tried Dermalogica, I tried all these other competitors, right? All these really nice skincare lines, and nothing was working for me. And so, of course, you don't get your money back. You walk in, you spend that money. The product goes into the product graveyard site in your drawer, and it stays there for years because you don't want to throw it away because you spent $80 on it. And so I was kind of done with that vicious cycle. So I watched it for 18 months, and as I mentioned, I'm a realtor by trade. I have a very seasonal schedule. I work a lot for 6 months, and then I kind of have 6 months that are a little bit slower. And so I had been watching my cousin do this out of Austin, and really noticed that within just an 18-month period, that she was getting more like free stuff and more incentives, and talking about all these things that she was doing with her payday. And I got thinking to myself, okay, this is just excuse me, a little unusual. Excuse me. So I reached out to her about the skincare. I tried it, I loved it. Within 3 days, I could tell immediately that this was something different. And so I asked her, I said, okay, so talk to me a little bit more about the business. How much are you really truly actually making? Thank you, love. I think that was like a cracker bit from like 10 minutes ago.
The pepper.
It was that pepper
See,
cracker.
The pepper cracker.
And that's why you don't eat the pepper.
That's right.
So anyway, I asked her, I said, okay, so really how much do you make? I mean, she's a stay-at-home mom with 3 boys under the age of 4. And she'd been doing this with her sister, who is a PA in oncology, which obviously is a really high-paying job. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you even have time for that? And she had 2 little boys that are twins, under the age of 2 at the time. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, both these ladies, I know, don't really need the money. Both these ladies are really giving this a lot of attention. So I kind of looked into it a little bit more, and I found that within a year and a half, she'd already surpassed what I make in building my business for 6 years, and I believe it to be a very successful business, but she had already surpassed my salary. And so I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. And then came to find out that her sister was planning to retire within 2 months because she'd already tripled her pay as a PA out of Oklahoma at the time. So I was like, wow, okay. Well, that speaks some volumes. And then, they were going on about how they're about to get free luxury vehicles from the company and so on and so forth. And it was all going back to these amazing products. And so I took the plunge, I jumped in, I went ahead and bought the kit, and I really haven't looked back since. It's been an amazing experience for me. And truly what I really wanted to do was just cover the cost of my skincare. Because the company is so well designed, we have no inventory. I was just telling Michelle, I don't know how you carry inventory. I would die. But there is no inventory, there's no sale minimums, there's no deliveries. Everything is streamlined and completely done through an e-commerce website. It's phenomenal. So it's all very simplistic and very organized for you, which is what I love. Because I could, like I said, I could never do this if I had to do all that work. Ultimately, I had set just a little goal just to cover the cost of my skincare, and then I thought, well, maybe if I could just cover daycare. And I did that in the first month just by sharing these products, and I put my mom on the regimen on Redefine, and she looked 10 years younger within 3 months. I mean, she was getting people that were asking her at church, what are you doing with your face? Oh my gosh. So I threw my sister on the Unblemish. Her acne's gone completely. She's 27, she's never been acne free. And then I got talking with my sister-in-law, who's been in a tanning bed since the 6th grade, and she's 27 now. And I was like, okay, well, we need to stop fake baking, and let's see what we can do with your dark marks. And literally, she had so much sun damage, it just was constant. It was like a big, huge freckle all over her face. And she hadn't even started having kids yet. I was like, oh my gosh, just you wait. Completely gone with the reverse. So the results we were having were pretty astronomical. And so it was something to be said, and so I just started sharing more and more, and I've grown more and more, and I just love it. I love the company. I absolutely love it. So that's kind of how I got started in the company. Let's see here. What I really determined was that as I began building this business, because people fell in love with the product so much, they were coming to me to reorder, right? Just because I'm the storefront. I am that Macy's that they would normally go to buy that product. So all of our regimens are designed for 60 days. And like I mentioned, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee on all of our products. So you can use them for 60 days because your skin cell turnover is actually a 45 to 60-day process from the onset of a new cell to its surface. And the surface of your skin is actually quite dead. So once you kind of get through a full cycle and you've treated those skin cells, you can really kind of get a sense of if this is actually going to work for you or not. With some of the more stubborn problems like melasma or dark marks, I usually recommend being a little more patient. But you can usually tell a difference in your skin. Like Michelle said, I can tell a texture difference already. I might not see a huge difference, but you know, with consistency and time using products that are multi-med therapy, you will see a difference.
Okay, I gotta just say something.
Yeah.
Dawson, 11. Like, Mom, I think this stuff is working. Like 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
He's like, look at that. I think they're almost gone. Like, you know, like for him to even care, like he acted like he didn't care, but he's got tons of them under his long bangs from sweaty football.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you went through it with your boys, yeah.
Yeah.
And a few here, and you know, and the chin strap makes it extra bad, and it's better, way better than it was last year. Like,
That's awesome.
so I think for him to say something like I didn't.
It's pretty telling.
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
he's just like, oh crap, do I have to put this on tonight? I'm like, yeah, just please do it for me, just for a little while, you know? And I only started it every other evening, I think
Yes.
is what it recommends,
Yeah.
like every other
Yeah.
evening. And then I'm like, okay, well, we were camping, so we didn't do it for 3 days, and it's like, okay, now let's get back on it. And so we haven't been 100% like consistent, but it's still working. So for me, that was like,
Yeah. And with more consistency and more time, you'll see that even improve.
and granted, he hasn't had it for 15 years, like
Yeah.
you went, you know,
Right,
through it.
right, exactly. I wish I had this when I was his age. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Right.
But
So
what?
we're talking about the melasma
Yes.
with that. So
Yes.
I do have a few clients that have, especially on the.
Oh, yeah.
I used
Yep.
to have that, and I went to the dermatologist, got a bleaching cream.
Okay.
Where you see some people that
Yep.
have they look like they have a mustache and
Yeah.
pictures from my cruise that my kids still
Yeah.
poke fun at. Anyway, has that
Completely gone.
Yeah.
okay.
Completely gone.
Yes.
Actually, melasma is the whole reason my cousin got started on this. She said I was getting ready to spend money on photofacials, bleaching creams, going to the dermatologist. Literally, she was like, I was about ready to strip my face off and try to get new skin to come through. I mean, she was gearing up for this, and then she had stumbled across this product and decided to give this a try. She's completely foundation free now. It's amazing. Like, you look at her skin and you're like, how is it possible that you had melasma? I mean, she had the whole reverse raccoon thing going on. Same thing with her sister, the mustache, almost kind of like a beard-like shadow. I mean, it can be really horrific. So melasma is very, very stubborn, but what we treat it with is the hydroquinone product, which is the gold standard in skin lightening for dermatologists. So it's exactly what they would probably give to you at the dermatologist as well. So what I was going to mention is that all of our regimens are multi-med therapy, and what that means is each layer is layered on top of, or each ingredient is layered on top of one another for primary results. So it's the right ingredients and the right formulations in the right order, okay? So I'll kind of start and go through these, and if you guys have questions, you can certainly let me know. But our Soothe regimen is for sensitive skin. And so if you have really sensitive skin, typically what that means is that top layer of your skin has been broken down so much, and you're so reactive and you're so red, and whether it be something like rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, all of those horrible skin issues, but even just skin sensitivity in general, this is where we would have you start. And so we have a gentle cream wash, which actually removes the environmental irritants from the surface of your skin. And then we have step 2, which is a sensitive skin treatment. This really helps pull the redness and inflammation out of the skin. And then we have a moisture replenishing cream, which helps skin cell turnover, and this has our patented peptides in it, which helps heal the skin quicker and keep it really moisturized. And then all of our regimens do have a step 4, which you only use in the morning, and that is a sunscreen for your face to protect while you are out and about. So the Soothe is an absolute game changer. I actually had a client who I sold their house just this last year, and she had been watching me on Facebook, and her mother out of Illinois called me. I didn't even know who this woman was, but said, you know, my daughter said you might have something that works for me. I have these open sores on my face that I've never been able to get to close, and I have gone to the dermatologist for years. 2 months in, she called me with like tears in her eyes. She's like, I've never had ever skin like this. So, you know, it's a real game changer. We find that this really does help treat the symptoms of eczema and psoriasis very well with just even our lotions. So our step 2 and step 3 together on rashes, irritated skin, cuts, burns, whatever it may be, really, really effective. Bug bites, yeah, sunburns, and this is gentle enough for children. So this is a regimen that I didn't even think I would be using very often, and I love it. I use it all the time.
Not just for the face.
Not just for the face. Well, and I want to clarify, all of our products are designed really for your face, okay? The doctors will say that. It's kind of right, one of those disclosure things, but these products are made for skin, and your skin is all over your body. And so if you do have, you know, I have a lot of people that have reversed their body and have rolled their body, and I'll kind of get into that in a second.
I do my redefine
But
all over my
all
chest,
over-
and
yeah,
I got
yeah.
there too. So
Yeah, right? And you'll see the
like
results with that for sure. So normally what I'm talking about next is our Unblemished. And the Unblemished is our purple line. That's our acne line that I talked about that really kind of changed my skin. And for me to be foundation free and literally only have blush on is pretty it's like a miracle. And so we do have an acne treatment sulfur-based wash. So this is more of a it's not as acidic as what Proactiv is. And when they designed Proactiv, they knew that they were designing it really for a teen-based clientele. And it was a little bit harsher because they knew they probably weren't going to be as consistent with it, because we all know teens aren't as consistent. Mm-hmm. And so this is definitely a more gentle approach, okay? So it has a sulfur-based wash, and then we actually have what we call the clarifying toner. And all of our toners for Unblemished, Reverse, and Redefine help balance out the pH in your skin and really clean it out at a cellular level from the base out. And then we do have, it's a dual acne treatment. So this has a benzoyl peroxide in it, but it's a dual chamber technology, because what they've done is they've broken out these ingredients, and they've done enough studies to determine that certain ingredients don't like to be together and don't like oxygen. And so with this study and with this dual chamber, it keeps the oxygen out, and then you pump it onto your hand and mix it right before you put it on your face. So as you're reading, you know, the percentages of what the active ingredients are, you are getting that full efficacy of that product. So sometimes if you go to the department store and you're buying something that says, you know, 3% vitamin C, but by the time you actually get it on your skin, there's all that air in that bottle, you're probably not getting that 3% vitamin C. Does that make sense? So it's really brilliant packaging, really is what it is. And then step 4 is, of course, our sunscreen. Reverse is one of my favorite lines, because it is such a game changer. It's for dullness, it can be for melasma, sun damage, which we all have, and we have a lovely black light in the back so you guys can check it out. Because everybody has sun damage. Actually, when I first started, I looked at my face under a black light, and I was a swimmer for 15 years, so I was always in the pool. But you could literally see this blanket of black all over my face, and my forehead was just this black blanket. It looked awful. I looked like I'd been punched in the face all over. It was really bad. And then I got using a little bit of the reverse before I got pregnant. And this does have retinol in it, which is technically not recommended for pregnant women because it hasn't been tested. So I stopped using it, which is like a killer to me. But now when I use the black light, you can see how much that's broken up and how the progress it's made. But I'm really excited to get back on it. So I'm like, baby, come on, I want to use my reverse. But anyway, so this is the Deep Exfoliating Wash. We have a intensive brightening toner. Again, balances out the pH in your skin and prepares itself for the skin treatment. This is the same type of thing. Do you mind if I open this? Same type of technology. These doctors really did their research and they figured out that vitamin C hates being with other friends. So in some products, whether it could be high-end stuff that you even buy, or anything in the department store that has vitamin C in it, if by the time you actually get it home and put it in your skin, I guarantee you it's probably gone, because vitamin C will not allow itself around anything else. The efficacy of this is 100% before you actually mix it together with this, which is wonderful. So they figured that out. So this is retinol, vitamin C, put them together right before you put them on your face, but you'll have the best outcome possible with that. And then we have the sunscreen as well with the reverse. We actually have a replacement for step 2 and 3, which we actually call our accelerator pack. And so when I do get cases of melasma, what I do is I'm proactive. I order the accelerator pack for my clientele. It's the same pricing. It's just ordering a stronger product is what it is. So, and I'll kind of get into why we do that in just a minute. Over here we have the Redefine. This is our flagship regimen. This is what these doctors really set out to do, which is our anti-aging regimen. This is what everybody wants to graduate to, because this is really what helps the firmness and the pore reduction. Nobody likes big pores on your face. So this really kind of cleans the slate. And I have plenty of customers that are on both of these at the same time. They'll use one in the morning and one at night. Or they'll use a full regimen of this and then they'll graduate up to reverse, kind of however you want to do it. Same type of thing, daily mask. This is a pore minimizing toner. The reason your pores are getting bigger as you get older is if you're not properly cleaning your epidermis out from the bottom up on a cellular level, then the core of your pore is actually probably still clogged. And so what happens is it's constantly wanting more oxygen, and so it's constantly getting itself bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's what really is wonderful about this toner is, even my mom was just like, look at my nose. I don't have these huge gaping pores all over my face anymore. So I was all excited for her about that. Once again, we have triple defense treatment and an overnight restoring cream. So these creams are used separately. The morning has the sunscreen in it, and then the evening actually has a little bit of retinol in it as well. I'll go over our tool, which is phenomenal. This is our roller. I don't know if anybody's heard of this, but this is kind of the new, this is kind of like one of the new patented technologies these doctors have made. So what this is this is microneedling. And so you're actually, it's 192 micrograde acupuncture needles that you roll on your face at night. And what it does is this is kind of akin to like poking your holes in your brownie pan before you put caramel in. So the caramel kind of gets to the base of the pan, right? I mean, we all know what we're doing when we're doing that. So this is the same thing. This actually enhances the efficacy of the product by 50% for both the Redefine and the Reverse. So that's paired with both of these. We don't want you rolling with open acne because that of course will spread bacteria and soothe. Usually you're way too sensitive to use the roller. So that's why we only use it with these two. The roller's only used with the basic regimen. The reason we broke out the more intense regimen is because we don't roll with that. So that's why it's a separate package, if that makes sense. So I'll pass this around so you guys can kind of look at it. But our roller is phenomenal. It's considered the best spent minute in anti-aging. Because what it also does, not only does it get that part a little bit deeper into your skin, but it also creates a microtrauma on the surface of your skin, and it tricks your brain into thinking that you've had a little bit of injury to your skin, even though it doesn't hurt. And then it creates more collagen. Because what happens is when you have a little bit of trauma, your brain tells itself to heal itself, and so it's generating more collagen for your face. So really, it helps with those fine lines and wrinkles, and it's amazing. We pair it with this actual retinol bead. And this comes with the roller. This is what we call our AmpMD system. Again, really intelligent packaging technology. This is retinol, which is the gold standard in anti-aging. Our patented peptides, which is basically mimicking your skin cell turnover as well on your skin, and natural vitamins. So really
It's
phenomenal.
silky smooth.
It's very silky smooth.
Yeah,
So
it is.
after you roll, you put this puppy on. Oh yeah.
It's not
the best
like
thing ever.
oily. It's almost like baby powdery.
It's like silk.
It is,
You know,
it's
it's like
really
silk to your face,
It's
but it's
good.
not oily. It's really
Is
wonderful.
that a once a day thing then?
Yes, at
Yep.
night after you roll. And so, it looks like you guys are probably getting facials, right? And then this also comes with a lip renewing serum as well. So
And I've gotten seriously like 4 nights of that little lip one.
Oh, I
like,
know.
You need a drop. And
you
it's
don't
like,
need it's awesome.
Yeah.
Same type of
I
same
just
type
throw
of
it
technology. It's our
carefully.
patented peptides in this little puppy. You put a little bit on your lips. Oh my gosh, amazing! I love it. So some fun Trinket stuff that you guys are getting.
And
Really
you don't
quickly-
feel gummy and gooey either.
Really quickly,
it's
do you want me
nice.
to touch on this?
Yeah, go
Can I
ahead.
open it? Do you mind? Okay, so this is what our doctors just rolled out. I want to say it was 2 years ago now. And this is what we call Botox in a box, right? It's kind of crazy. It's the exact same ingredients as fillers. But what these doctors have done is they've figured out a patented technology that is literally distributed without a needle. And it fills a wrinkle while you sleep. So you actually take this little like Band-Aid looking material, and you put it on wherever you want to fill the lines. So it might be your expression lines, it might be, on your forehead, wherever you may be having your issues, and it literally fills the wrinkle while you sleep. And so you use
You
these.
kind of have to rub over it to get
What?
it to kind of pop, if you will.
Yep, you just kind of seal it. You just kind of seal the outside, and then literally it's a honeycomb technology that seeps in. It's the exact same ingredients as fillers, no needles required. You use it once every 3 nights for a month, and usually the results are anywhere between 8 and 12 weeks. So it's a much more reasonable way to fill a line than through a needle, and way cheaper, believe me. And what's exciting about corporate right now is they are running a fabulous special for our anti-aging regimen paired with our roller, which I consider kind of the big guns. And you get the Botox in a box for free, which is a $200 value alone, just to get this for free. So
There's how many in there?
it's a pack of 10, and then you get two per pack. So you get 20. So
You said every 3 days.
so it's about a month's supply is what it is, and then usually your results last for 8 to 12 weeks depending. Everybody's a little different, and especially if you're using our regimens, it will last longer. I want to quickly touch on eye cream. Do you have eye cream up here?
I didn't bring it.
That's all right.
Sorry.
Our eye cream we call Eye Crack. It's really great for puffy eyes, dark circles, all that good stuff. And I think that's it for, those are just kind of our base regimens. We of course have fabulous body lotion and wonderful exfoliating paste, microdermabrasion paste that I absolutely love. I use it 3
That's
times
what's
a
in
week.
those packs.
And that's what you're gonna get today here in these packs. This is what we call MD paste, and there's instructions in here on how to use this. So, like I said, all of our regimens are designed for 60 days. We don't do samples for the regimens because we have a 60-day money-back guarantee on everything. I'll take that roller back so you're not holding it. There are different ways to buy. Of course, you can buy it full ask or full price. Full ask. I'm such a realtor, aren't I? Full ask. Go. Our customer program is what I consider to be the smartest way to buy. You join at a one-time fee of $19.95, and that's for life. And what you get is 10% off each product and free shipping always. Okay. Actually, you get free shipping twice a month. But because we have 60-day regimens, usually you're only ordering once every other month, if that. Everything ships directly to your door. And of course, everything has always a 60-day money-back guarantee.
And that is what your little $20 bills are. So for anybody who wants to do that, you get $20 back.
Woohoo!
Nice.
So free enrollment tonight. Yay! Which is awesome. So that's super exciting. You also get access to our nurses, and then of course any promotions that we might be having, like this awesome corporate promotion that we're having with the free Botox in a box. Of course, I feel the best way to buy is as a consultant is the deepest discount. You get 25% off our regimens, and we have 3 different tiers you can buy in at. We have a $395, a $695, and a $995, so you can legitimately start your own home-based business for less than $1,000. And we actually have a way that you can actually earn your money back not once but even twice within the first 6 months. So I actually earned my kit money back from corporate, so I essentially started my business for nothing. So it's wonderful. If in fact you decide to then work the business and not just buy the products at the deepest discount, because you can buy the business kits are about half off. If you decide to actually work the business and share the products with family and friends, your overhead's about $100 a month, give or take. It's about $105, and that basically comes with websites, and any of that is product for yourself that you can use on your own. So we have no inventory, we have no party requirements, we have no minimums, and so it is a streamlined way of making things very easy, which I love. So I think that is all the info on how you buy.
Am
Did I
I
miss
correct
anything?
though that right now they have that deal where if you buy the $695 or $995 that you get to choose an extra?
Yes, so that's actually our team incentive, which we just found today at noon. It's awesome. If you enroll with the $695 or the $995 kit by Friday at noon, then you get an additional regimen of your choice for free. So you can buy the Redefine's the most expensive. You could get an extra Redefine regimen, which is like a retail value of $193 for free with your business kit, which is a really good deal. So you could essentially even sell that extra kit to help break your business kit down if that's something that you were interested in doing. So yes, that is a huge incentive we're running. I'm sorry, thank you for mentioning that.
It
What?
worked for me.
I know, right? I know, so they throw these things at me and I have no clue they're coming.
Okay.
And I'm like, I know, right? $200 for free? Okay. Well, and then when I told my mom about that, I mean, my mom already has all this stuff, and she's like, well, I'm going to eventually need a roller because these last about a year. These rollers last a year. Okay, this isn't a 60-day, this is a year. And she's like, well, I'm going to need a new roller this fall, so I might as well get that. I'm going to get free Botox in the box while I'm at it. I'm like, yeah, might as well. So she just got herself another pack of that. So any questions I can answer about the regimens, you guys? I kind of went over them quickly, so I hope I didn't throw too much info at you.
How does it all work if, say, you have somebody buy something and after 60 days or after 30 days they're like, I don't like this, I wanna, do they give it back to you? Do they have to send it in?
So
How much work is
all
that
of
for
our,
you?
we have less than a 3% return rate, so we find that our products are actually quite successful. And I find, to be flat out honest with you, I find that anybody who says that it is not working, 99% of the time it's user error, usually. Because you would be surprised how people they can't even count 1, 2, 3, 4, and they can't use the steps in the right order. But if there is somebody that decides they don't want the product and they do want to send it back, it is actually very streamlined. You throw it back in the box. You can print the receipt return form off the internet. Or it does come with a invoice receipt with a return thing at the bottom, a return particular area at the bottom.
So they do that, or
So
you do that for
I do that for my clientele if I've only had it happen once. But if they wanted to do it too, they could certainly do it. Either one's fine. You just pay to have it go back to corporate, the shipping, and then you get reimbursed your money. So it is 60 days from the date that you order. So as soon as they receive it, I usually let them know start it, because sometimes I have clients that say, well, I'll start it in 3 weeks when I get back, and I'm like, that's fine, but your 60-day, just so you know. But what I have found is with consistency and time of these products, even beyond 60 days, you're going to see such a huge difference in your skin that you want to give it more than 60 days, in my opinion. I'm 9 months in on Unblemished, and I'm noticing such a huge difference even now, 9 months in. Still, my skin's still changing. So it is, it's kind of like a muscle memory thing. I mean, yes, you have new skin cell turnover, but you want to be treating it from the get-go. And as your skin starts to generate new cells, it expects the product to almost be there. And so your skin performs better and better all the time. So my girlfriend who does this with me, she's out of Texas, she said the same thing. She said, I've been on the product for 9 months. This is the first time I've ever had my period, and I've never broken out. And she said, even the first 8 months, I always had at least something happen. And she's like, look at this, I've never had this happen. So consistency and time will absolutely, and I tell my clients this all the time,